Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today? I trust that you are doing fine. I decided to shoot this video today outside. We had all day very nice sunshine after 2 days of snowing. But this afternoon they start again spraying the skies. Now already they have covered the sun. Always they follow the sun path, they're covering it. Anyway, I decided to shoot this video. To talk a little bit about 5G and 60 gigahertz. What's the link of the 60 gigahertz and the impact, why they are using it, and what is the impact in our actually health. But before talking about that, as you probably know, some of you, and if you don't know, okay, now you will know, 5G, it's a different technology than the 4G, 1, 2, 3, 4G, okay, where we had the antennas and then they are emitting the signal in a wide range. And then if you are here or if you are 100 meters further down, still you're gonna get the signal from this wide range of coverage. The 5G is completely different. The 5G is beam forming, so it's a narrow beam which is steerable. The same antenna with the elements that they have, they can steer the beam. And if you are here, now it's steering here. If you move as you are moving, or it's steering and it's following your device, or it can follow you as well if they are targeting you. And at the same time, it's emitting one beam here because you are here. It's emitting another beam there, and all of them, as I mentioned, because they can. It's beam forming and beam steering technology, so they can. Steer it different ways, so it's not the same as the previous generation of mobile phones. Now, a little bit of telecommunication. With every emission specific frequency, for example radio, it's emitting, one station is emitting at 93.7. you cannot have another station in the same area emitting the same frequency because it's going to overlap. Your radio, when it's tuning in this specific frequency, you're going to listen to both stations. Even if they have a small difference in the frequency, let's say 93.8 or 93.6, still, if your receiver, your radio, does not have proper filtering to fine-tune the specific frequency, it will have interference from the other station. So the signal from the neighbor station, it will overlap your signal. And this is an issue that's happening with all the emissions because of the harmonics as well, etc., etc. And they try to solve it through filters and the hardware solutions, which all fine. Now, when it's coming to 5G, of course they have similar issues, a little bit different. It's a little bit different though, because already, as I mentioned, it's steer beaming, so it's narrow beaming, but they do have this issue. They cannot have in the same area emit everybody in the same frequency. But when it's coming to the 60 gigahertz frequency range, where the 5G can go there, it's not only there, they are not emitting all the time there, but it can go there, and they are emitting as well already there in some cases. When they are emitting 60 gigahertz, what's happening? As you can see in the link in this, probably I'm overlapping now with my screen with my blog, the study where it shows that when the oxygen absorbs the 60 gigahertz. What does it mean for the signal? It means that, I'm emitting this direction, the molecules of oxygen in this direction, they will be absorbed, they will absorb my signal and will transfer only here. So if another station is emitting 60 gigahertz in the same area, let's say 10 meters away from me, still he can use the same frequency, 60 gigahertz, does not have to have a different equipment or to tune it different, 60.01 let's say. But the 60 gigahertz, there can be multiple carriers, multiple operators in the same area and operating at the 60 gigahertz frequency without overlapping each other. They cannot go far away unless they have repeaters, the antennas, as we know with this level of frequencies, the wavelength, but they operate in the same area, multiple carriers, 60 gigahertz. This is a big advantage for the industry. But what's happening now to the oxygen that absorbs this 60 gigahertz? This is the interesting part, and what is really the scary part, and what should make everybody upset and worry and realize what is happening here. As you can see in this study that I have published, not me, sorry, I have shared, the oxygen molecule, oxygen molecule, there are two atoms of oxygen. At 60 gigahertz, they start spinning. They have having different properties than what is normally. And we're talking the oxygen at the ground level, not only on the air high above, let's say on the stratosphere, but even here on the ground level, as you can read in the study, it starts spinning, as you can see here in the summary. And what's happening when the oxygen molecule starts spinning? The issue is that then it cannot be bound with the iron on the hemoglobin protein that we have on the red blood cell. And the hemoglobin is bounding with the oxygen, and then it's transferred through our body. If it cannot bound, if it cannot grab the oxygen molecule, then our body does not have oxygen to feed for the energy, to feed our tissues and our cells. And then we're gonna having issues like a stroke, like heart attack. What is heart attack? When the coronary artery is blocked, it's blocking blood from going there, and the muscle, that part of the heart is dying. Why? Because there's no oxygen. This is what is the important. The oxygen that's passing through the heart, through the muscles, that keeping alive. The same with the stroke. If it's blocked, that part of the brain, then there is no blood. Then we have the stroke. It's one of the issues. If the blockage is not on the let's say on the brain or on the muscle, on the heart muscle, and can be on the legs, you can have stroke or heart attack, no heart attack, but muscle attack on the leg or on the arm or wherever it may be, the clot, wherever it may be, the shortage of oxygen. I'm not going to use now the scientific and the medical terms. Those that they are familiar with that, they know what I'm talking about, and the rest I don't want to confuse them with scientific terms and sound, I don't know, whatever. I just try to put it in simple words for everybody to understand. So this is the big issue with the 60 gigahertz. When they are operating in that frequencies, then we're gonna have problems breathing, dyspneas, respiratory issues. You will see people, if they will hit them with that, if they hit the frequency, the beam, to that person in the specific area where he is, in that direction, first of all, you're gonna be hit it from the energy, can have issues, plus you're gonna have respiratory issues because of the air that he's breathing over there. But it's not only the air, the oxygen that's happening. In any range, even with the Wi-Fi router, which is 2.4, it's much lower than 60 gigahertz, we don't have this issue with the oxygen, but we do have issues with the biological effects of the radiation of these kind of frequencies. And they are not saying this one, but anyone who's gonna read a little bit about electromagnetic frequency and biology is aware that these frequencies, they do have issues on our body. Currently I'm reading this book, The Magnetobiology. It's from a Russian scientist who has done an extremely documented and detailed study, and some other books as well related to the effects of electromagnetic frequency on the body. And it's this range of frequencies, it's harmful for us, even in the low levels of energy. It's nothing to do with the thermal effect, that they have done study only for the thermal effect. Thermal effect is one thing, but it's the other effects of the electromagnetic frequencies. Imagine what is happening to the water in a microwave, Microwaves, this range of frequencies. They start boiling. Imagine what's happening to you. We are 70% to 80% under normal circumstances of water. Imagine what happened to our body. Even this small variation of temperature, the more variations of the effects that it has, the microwave, when they are hitting our cells and our water molecules and our cells and everything. And it's not only the frequency, it's as well the way that the data is transmitted, the way that they are hitting us. The data is hitting us, this waveform. So, for example, if you remember the fax machines, those that are in my generation or older, that the sound of the fax machine, it was changing the frequency. Or if you have an acoustic meter, a radio electromagnetic frequency, meter with audio acoustic, then you will hear the data. So it's the rate that is hitting us data. It's not consistent. So even if it's low energy, the milliwatts are not high. This way that is hitting us like that, this has even worse effects on us, on our biology. So it's unbelievable how many attacks they have designed, some willingly, some without knowing, without realizing, focusing only on the benefits of the technology and transferring more data shorter. It benefits nothing. It doesn't affect really the economy. It will affect the AI communication and in extent potentially the economy, but who is benefit from the economy? It's not benefit the everyday, the average persons and the consumers. The fact that you're gonna download a little bit faster the video streaming or some other things a little bit faster doesn't make big change in our economy, in our pocket. The opposite. So, okay, I don't want to go further away and further detailed on that, but I just wanted to highlight the fact or to inform you what is happening with the 60 gigahertz when it's hitting the oxygen, the air, and then what's happening in our body. And of course, as I mentioned, okay, you have all the range of frequencies, this high level, high frequencies, microwave, millimeter waves, which is the gigahertz. Then you have the terahertz. Sorry, I'm going from one topic to another, but don't think that we don't have you don't have in your place 5G, especially if you are in the cities. Okay, you may not have it on the mobile phone yet, but you have it on the street lights. And now it's coming the 6G as well. Probably it's already 6G in China, 7G it's already in India, and 7G does not require even antenna, so it's our body's the antenna, a combination of DNA and as well the nano that we have inside us. And this is the other topic, combination of frequencies and nano. This is really a deadly combination and can be proven deadly, as it has been proven in several cases. Because those nanos, they're acting as well. First of all, they're activated from the frequencies, the program, and they're acting as well as an antenna, sharing informations back to the other receivers. Okay, whoever wants to know. So it's important to protect ourselves from frequencies. It's important to start removing the nano, because we are loaded with nano from the air that we breathe, from the food that we are eating, from the supplements and the medication that maybe people are taking, the clothes that we are wearing. Everywhere they have invented nanotechnology, which is coming inside our body and is not going away as they may want you to believe. If you don't shut down their program, if you don't remove them with using several protocols, different protocols, but you need to remove them from your body, to burn them and remove them from your body, otherwise it's gonna be a long and suffering death. You may not suffering yet, but it's a matter of time, real time, when it will be activated, when it will reach the saturation level that they will be activated, and then believe me, it will gonna be a painful time. I have not experienced it yet, but I'm in contact with some target individuals where they're suffering from that. So I'm listening, I'm experience from others, and I'm sharing this one experience of others, and I'm taking measures to not to reach that point, at least not because of the nano. Okay, they may found other ways, but at least not from the nano. I'm doing my part to remove them out from my body, and as well to protect myself from the frequencies to the degree that I can, and always they adapt, I have to adapt, and the same I will recommend for every one of you. Okay guys, I want to finish with this with a positive note, that yes, we are in a war, but we have ways to fight back and protect ourselves. You should not feel desperate, you should not paralyze from fear. We should do, if we're gonna be upset, we should transform this energy to solution, to motivate us to find the solutions and protect ourselves, inform others, and share this information so more they can understand what's going on and take measures to protect themselves. Okay, thank you very much, and have a good day.